Welcome back to Lechonkamania, where it's our goal to review anything and everything related to Lechonk. And today, we're going to be reviewing a Pokemon statue from the Pokemon Center website.
Lechonk, 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 Lechonk.
Today, we're going to be reviewing the Pumpkin Patch of Dreams statue, a statue that features Snorlax, Pikachu, and of course, Lechonk. Now, this statue stands about at 1 foot tall and 1 foot wide, but it's about 1 foot squared, but we'll just say it's 1 foot chonked again, because look at the chonkiness in one statue. I can't believe it. Snorlax and Lechonk, two of the chonkiest Pokemon, now in one statue. This statue here, along with Snorlax, Pikachu, and Lechonk, also features a carved pumpkin of Drifloon on the side, and you'd miss it if you weren't looking around it, but I think that is also another amazing touch to go with the Gengar cutout board, the little pieces of candy, and the little Gengar trick-or-treat bag. This whole statue is absolutely amazing. Now, if we take a look here, we'll notice that Snorlax is wearing a red bow tie, and if we take a look around the back, we'll notice he's also wearing a cape. And I think this is to signify him being dressed up as Dracula for Halloween, and I think that's perfect to go with the teeth that he always has. It's just that his vampire fangs are just upside down. So I think Snorlax makes an amazing Dracula. He's full of blood. He went around sucking on everyone's neck, and now he's just like an overfed mosquito is what Snorlax is. And then Pikachu with his little wizard hat, or I guess just a festive Halloween hat. I'm not sure if it's really a wizard hat. Kind of looks like a witch's hat, potentially as well. But that leads us to Lechonk. And I gotta say, this is actually where I'm a little bit disappointed on this statue, as Lechonk has no notable outfit that he has been wearing for the Halloween season. That's right, no fangs, no hat, no cape, no nothing. Lechonk, I guess he was just dressing up as himself for the Halloween season, going around door to door and just getting free candy based off his cuteness, not his scariness, because I don't think you could make Lechonk scary. I think Lechonk can only ever be cute until he evolves. Then if we're looking at Oinkologne, that kind of scares me. How could they have ever turned Lechonk, something so cute, into Oinkologne? That is scary now that you think about it. But back to the statue. I am unsure off the top of my head what the material of this statue is made out of. It feels hollow, and I don't believe it's made of the same material as the Pumpkin Lechonk garden statue, though I'd have to check the description on the Pokemon website to be sure. Alrighty, taking a closer look here now to admire some of these details. I love how it all appears to be carved out, like this little line around Snorlax's tummy and around the, I guess, the balls on the bottom of his feet, the pads. I'm not sure. I love it all. I love it all. One other thing that I suppose I could critique here would be the like there at the bottom of the red bow tie, you can see that there's a little bit white. It could have been a little more precisely painted, but I am not a figurine or miniatures or statue painter, so like I said, I have no room to critique there. At a quick glance, or if you're just looking at this on your table from a short distance, this is an absolutely beautiful statue regardless. Now, this Snorlax, Pikachu, and Lechonk statue here cost roughly around 50 United States dollary dues, and if you ordered it within a certain time frame or while supplies last, you would also have received a promotional sticker sheet, which I think is just leftover stock because it's from 2023. So they probably just had a bunch laying around. Regardless, I think that's an extra little bonus that should be noted. To put the scale into a bit more of a perspective, if you happen to have the Lechonk Eraser from the Back to School 2023 Eraser Blister promo thing, you'll be able to see that this Lechonk from the statue is almost equally as chonky, if not just a smidge chonkier. So that can kind of help you tell the scale of the Lechonk you'll be receiving if you do plan to order this and you already have the Lechonk Eraser. So they are basically the same size. One other detail for this statue that I do really like is how they show off how squishy Snorlax is, with Pikachu pressing into his chubby cheek there. And if we go down here, with Snorlax resting his foot up on the side of Lechonk, you can see his foot or leg tucking up into his belly there. I think that's really adorable. And then here, with Lechonk's right ear, it being pressed to the side due to the weight or the force of Snorlax's foot on his side. I do quite like that. And they have the brown spot painted as a heart on the back of the right ear. Another great attention to detail. And then the tail. Speaking of detail, get it? The detail of the curliness of the tail. My goodness. Anytime they're showing off Lechonk's curly tail, you just gotta love it. Something else then about this Pikachu trying to wake up Snorlax, it just reminds me of the VHS cover of the Season 1 episode of Pokemon titled Wake Up Snorlax. The box art for that, the statue, this statue here reminds me of the box art for that, with them just trying to wake up Snorlax, and it looks like that's what Pikachu's doing here. Urgently trying to get Snorlax to wake up, but we know how that's gonna go. It's not. So, and then if we look down here at Lechonk also, he seems pretty dug in. I don't think he's gonna be waking up for a while. My goodness. I just wanted to note that also, but with how much Snorlax is sleeping and always hard to wake up, there are many instances that this statue could remind you of. So, with all of that being considered, the cuteness, the facial expressions, the little outfits, all of that, I think I'm going to have to rank this a 9 out of 10 Lechonks. And you might be thinking, 9 out of 10 Lechonks? An imperfect score? How? There's a Lechonk in the statue. It should be perfect. But Hinde, I'm afraid I'm going to have to be a little bit critical on this one, as this is a Halloween-themed seasonal statue, with Snorlax having the bow tie and the Dracula cape, being Dracula, and with Pikachu having the witch's or wizard's hat. Having Lechonk with no seasonal extras, no accessories, no sprinkles of festivity for Lechonk, only Snorlax and Pikachu, I do have to dock a single Lechonk point for that, because I do feel, even though he's not the scariest, they could have given him something. They could have given him little bolts in his neck. They could have given him anything. They could have dressed him up as a superhero. They could have dressed him up as a Spoink. They could have dressed him up as any other of the cute, adorable pig-style Pokemon. But they just left him a plain Lechonk, which is perfect for me. Don't get me wrong, I love everything about Lechonk. But when it comes to a special Halloween-style statue where everyone else is getting some sort of festive sprinkles thrown over them, Lechonk having no attire, no outfit, just a plain, non-festive, non-Halloween themed Lechonk, whereas the entirety of this statue is Halloween themed? Sadly, 9 out of 10 Lechonks it is. You know what? I'll be generous. 9.5 Lechonks out of 10. And that is my final score for this amazing Snorlax, Pikachu, and Lechonk holiday statue. Once again, named the Pumpkin Patch of Dreams. I think, though, that's gonna do it for this review and this episode. So, thank you very much for sticking around this long, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe for even more Lechonk related reviews in the future.
Lechonk, Lechonk, the mighty Lechonk, 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 the mighty Lechonk, 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 Lechonk.